Hi guys. For science this week, I want to talk about colors. Now, when we think about light and colors, sometimes they don't seem like they really match because light is typically seen as just being white. But something interesting that happens when we put light through a prism is that we see that light is more than just white light. A prism, by the way, is a three-dimensional object that has the same shape on both ends, and those ends are connected by rectangles. This is a prism right here. Sometimes it can look like this, or sometimes it can look like this, right? Or sometimes it can look like this. Right? I have lots of different prisms here. Prisms can also have different shapes. This one here, all of mine have triangular prisms because they're the ones that work best for this experiment. But a prism actually can have any shape on the end of it. Let's take a look at what happens when we put some light through this prism. So we're going to look at it here, and hopefully you can see this okay. Try and get my finger out of the way of it. So, as you can see, when the light goes through the prism, we get more than just that white light. Okay? On the edges, we can see that there's some red and some orange and some yellow at the top. Down towards the bottom, you can see that there's green, blue, and some dark blue and a kind of a purplish color at the bottom. Okay? What's happening here is that the white light is more than just white light. It's actually made up of many different colors. All the colors of what we call the spectrum. Okay? The spectrum is like the rainbow. A rainbow is a kind of spectrum. Now, the colors of the spectrum are always in the same order. And the way you can remember this order is with this name. The name Roy G. Biv. All right? Roy G. Biv is an acronym to help us remember the colors of the rainbow, or the colors of the spectrum, and the order that they're in. So the R stands for red, the O stands for orange, the Y stands for yellow, the G stands for green, the B stands for blue, the I stands for indigo, which is kind of like a really dark blue, and the V stands for violet, which is purple. They're always in this order, and you might say, well, why? Why are they always in the same order, Mr. Kimball? Well, here's why. When the light hits the prism, it is white light. But because of the shape of the prism, the light is forced to bend. It's forced to refract. Remember refraction from a couple weeks ago? Well, this light is bending, it's refracting. But because of the shape of it, the light, each of the colors that are making up the light are bending at a different angle. They each have a different kind of wavelength. Red has a really short wavelength, violet has a really long wavelength. When they bend, the red will bend that much, and the violet will bend this much, right? And each one bending its different amount in between. And so that's why they always go in the same order. We see a rainbow because this light is going through little mini prisms, mist in the air, and that's what causes a rainbow in the sky after it rains. You've got that sun coming out and being shining brightly, and there's still the mist in the air from the rain, and that's what causes a rainbow. And if you ever look at a rainbow, take a look at it. You'll be able to see Roy G. Biv. The red will be on top, and then orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Okay, guys? So what happens when light goes through a prism? Well, it's broken up into all the colors of the spectrum. All right, guys. Thank you very much.